Greetings and welcome to Meet Me at the Table Live. We are doing some live painting tonight. I'm excited to show you all the things we've got going on. We are going to be doing some Oathsworn painting, but I did say it is going to be a spoiler free. The only thing we're working on is potentially terrain and some of the characters that are in the box. We're not opening any boxes to paint anything. We're painting some of the characters and terrain. That is our plan tonight. I hope you will be enjoying this. I started with terrain. As you can see, I've got some little trees here in front of me. I'm going to show you. We started with the terrain because I had my patrons voting on what characters they wanted to see played in Oathsworn, and I wanted to make sure I let that poll go for as long as I could. I've noticed some characters are getting to be, I seem to be pulling ahead, so those are the, I'm going to be painting one of those tonight. I think is going to be our plan. Dan, it is good to see you. I'm here for the live spoiler, and some free painting. If only I could do free painting, that would be fantastic, but that is not the case. So I want to show you what I've worked on already, and then I think we will dig into what we're going to be painting tonight. I'm excited to have everybody here. This is going to be a lot of fun. So the first thing I did is I've actually been working on the trees. So I actually have a few different kind of trees. All of them I just basically primed gray. I spray painted, or I used my airbrush just to paint them brown, and then I added some green, and basically then just put a black wash on them, and I add a little bit of touch here because there's some of these weird like egg things down here. I don't even know what these are, so I painted those purple. But that's what I did for pretty much all of these, to tell you the truth. So as you can see, I've got a whole ton of trees here, and if we want to go a little closer here, so here's what I meant by the little egg things. I'm not exactly sure what these little egg sacs are, so I painted those up, but this is what the base of the tree looks like, and it's just basically the same thing all the way up. So I did that for all of them, but I did use 3 different colors. I used a dark brown, I used a light brown, so you have 2 different kind of browns, and then I also did kind of more of a red tree here as well. So we do have 3 different colored trees, which I think would be kind of cool once it's all said and done. But I also, then the other ones are just doubled up the colors. That's what I did. So those are going to be really cool. I have them all painted, which is pretty neat. Nice to see you, Broccoli Docklins. Thank you for joining. Howdy all, it says. It's good to see you all. Good to have everybody here. So that is the first thing I wanted to show you. I got all the trees painted up. I've been pretty excited for Oathsworn, so it's nice that I've actually got some things being able to paint up pretty sweet. So we're going to put these aside. This is not what we're painting tonight. We already painted it. I've painted it on, I cheated and painted it off camera. So we're going to stack these up over here with the rest of my stuff. We'll put them right over there, and then we'll get to work on what we're going to paint. I have been in contact with Colin from the One Stop Co-op Shop. I'm going to be doing the first mission as a recorded video, but he said he would like to join me like we did for Stars Vicario, so some of the upcoming videos for Oathsworn. So that is what we're going to do. He is going to join me live on next Tuesday for Oathsworn. We're going to be doing mission 2 because I've already recorded mission 1 as just a video on demand type video like I normally do, not the live videos. This is going to be just a normal straight video because that way I can like really zoom in on what's going on. I can really make sure that everything is perfect. I really like doing those first because it makes them feel more like a video that people can learn from, as well as have entertainment value as well. That's my goal. So what are we painting tonight? Great question. Here we are. This is what we're painting. We are going to be painting up the Penitent. This guy right here, that's our plan. We're painting up the Penitent. I've already primed him. He's all set to go. He's right here. These miniatures, I have to admit, are bigger than most. I really appreciate the fact that these are not just 28mm miniatures. These are a lot bigger, 32mm. I forget what sizes those are. But they're not your normal size miniatures. There's a lot bigger. And they are those push-to-fit type miniatures. So, of course, all these parts are able to be removed, which helps. It's going to help us when it comes to painting. The reason why is because I can remove the head if I need to get to a certain part underneath her. It's going to be really, really nice. I'm actually becoming a huge fan of push-to-fit miniatures when it comes to actually having to paint them. That is for sure. Because then I can just take them all apart. See, look at this. Take them all apart and we can paint what we need to and put them back on here. For example, here I'm going to take his head off and I'm going to actually separate this guy into millions of little pieces here. But the neat thing is that now he's got this cloak that's on, and I can paint behind it if I needed to. There's not much for this guy to paint behind, but if there were, you could remove it before you paint there. But I am still going to remove it a little bit because I do still want to maybe get the silver of his armor to go around it a little bit more. back here. Now, if you notice, the primer obviously didn't hit back here because I'll push to fit when I primed. So wherever it's not primed, the paint's not really going to stick very well, but that's okay. It's not going to need to stick because it's not going to be seen once it's all pushed together like that, which is pretty sweet. Let's see how else this guy disassembles. Let's disassemble the whole guy here, because we got him here. Let's see. I think these two pieces come apart right here. Notice, I just need to know, is his legs a different piece? The legs are a different piece. We might be able to. No, it's all one piece. Okay, that's not a big deal. I thought maybe I could get it so I could get in there, but if his piece, his what do you call this thing? This little capey thing here isn't even going to interfere. It's going to be perfect. So this will be really neat. Let's get to painting this guy. How are we going to paint him? Well, let's take a look. First, he's got this big giant silver shield. And interestingly enough, I have noticed with a lot of the Oathsworn characters, it's really neat since it's kind of a darker fantasy that they're not like super bright. It's not like this shield with all these flamboyant colors all over anything. No, it's just these regular, like, dinged up shields that they're carrying into the wild, which I think is a really cool touch when it comes to the art design on these characters. And it shows again in the miniature. I think that's great. Morganite, hello. I am trying to decide if I want the standee or mini version of the standee. Is tempting because where is this? Because I will be very short on space by the time the second Kickstarter delivers. That is the thing. Yes, if you are short on space when it comes to this game, it is 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. Four big boxes if you're going not standee version. I have it all down here actually. I'm looking at it. So yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. That's the way I would think about it. All right, let's get to work on this guy. The other thing I like about him is they're not tons of colors. It's like very, very normal color type group of colors you'll see in these dudes here. I like this a lot. Okay, let's see what we got. So it looks like we're going to have some, these are kind of, I'm guessing, his penance paper. They're like the papers that he's had wrapped around him. It looks really cool. I like that idea a lot. And of course, there's a lot of metal, and there is some reds as well. So that's going to be the colors we're going to be doing here. Pretty sure capey thing is not a word or phrase, but I like it. I like it too. I think I'm going to go with capey thing. It might even be part of the deal from now on. That's going to be that's the plan. We'll see how it all shapes out here though. So let's dig into the paints and see what we can find. All right, first let's look at our miniature here. Like I said, here we're gonna touch this. I always like to kind of talk about it before I paint it. That's just my deal here. We're going to hear some of those papers I was talking about. He's got another paper here. This is going to be more of that red. He's got a belt that we're going to do. These I could paint maybe gold, who knows? This is all metal right in here. His armor that we have. Armor is going to be all the way down here. This guy might not be too bad. It's going to be a lot of metal all the way around it. That's the deal. Went to a board game auction and got Robinson Crusoe, Nemesis, Spirit Island, and a lot of other great finds. Those are 3 fantastic games, Broccoli Dachshund. Good work. I'm proud of you. Well, at least, yes, all 3 of them. I have 2 of them. The one I do not have is Spirit Island, and there's kind of a joke behind it when it comes to the One Stop Co-op Shop, because every member of the One Stop Co-op Shop has it, so I don't need it. Because if I want to play it, anybody can give it to me. So everybody's got it. They've got all the expansions. All right, let's see here. What are we going to start with? Let's start with the metal. I think that's going to be the easiest thing to start with. So we're going to grab some gun bolt metal here, or gun metal. That's what I've been using for almost all my metal. I've been using it for so long. Every time I use it, I keep saying I'm going to get a new bottle of this, and I never do, which is kind of funny because it doesn't have a top. We're just going to take the top off, and we're just going to pour it right down to our palette here. I'm going to move all these paintbrushes I got here. We're going to move it and put our palette right here. And let's find a spot I've got. Here, we'll use this spot right on top of that gray. That's totally fine. Let's just dump it out. You gotta be careful here. Dump, dump, dump. You know you're seeing the bottom of the bucket. There we go. All right. Let's start painting. Let's get his legs done. First, let's get a little water on the brush. Take this thing, spin it on our piece of paper here, so I can get a nice point. There we go. Got a nice point. Now I get some nice silver on the back of my thing here, but that's okay. It's just a wash thing. And I want to keep this right over here so that I can look at it. I put it over there so I can look at it and follow along. I really, most of the time, like to follow exactly what the paint scheme is for the miniatures is what I usually try to do. We're going to start with this metal, and it's going to be a lot of metal here because this guy's super metaled up. And I'm just going to go down his leg here and get this all metaled up here. Nice. I love Robinson Crusoe. I've only won twice, maybe. That's true. That's another like joke that my wife and I have. We have Spirit Island, or not Spirit Island, Robinson Crusoe. We have, I think we've never won. I think we might have won once, and then we found out that it was kind of the junior version, which was kind of funny. We won the junior version of the game. Now I'm going to come in here. Now I'm going to kind of paint on top of this, but it's probably not going to stay very well, and that's fine. It is a metal paint, though. Metal paints have better time sticking to not primed minis, but that's okay. That'll be just fine, just like that. That's what I've got. I've heard it can be a brutal but rewarding experience. I love that. What I've seen of it crunch, though. Yes, very true. Oh man, I'm going to be jealous. Don't have mine yet. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, board game Maelstrom. Oh no, you got to get your copy. I really wish everybody had their copy of this. This game is going to be sweet. I have yet to play it. I have not tried it. We're going to re-record. I'm going to be recording it hopefully this weekend. I want to get all this stuff painted up first before we record it. That's what I like to do. So we'll see if I can get it all done. But we're just painting all of this. This guy's pretty much his whole entire bottom of his part here is going to be all metal. There's nothing else. He's got this big metal. Do you have anything else down there color-wise? Nope, it's all just metal. I might try to, I'll see if I can do a kind of rusty metal on it. I don't know if I can do that. I'm not that talented. Again, remember, I don't try for golden brush awards or anything like that. What we're doing is we're just putting some paint on these miniatures so we can get them to the table and looking pretty good. That's our plan. There's not a much of another plan other than that. So I've got this guy we're working on, and I've got a couple other guys we might get to. We'll see. And the other guy's got armor as well, but it's a different kind of armor, so I think it'll be really cool to paint that up a little bit different. We're just going to keep on painting the silver all the way around. And since I don't have him on the base, which I am coming to find now that push-to-fit miniatures are the greatest miniatures to paint ever in the history of paint miniatures. Because they don't... I don't have him on the base, and I don't have to worry about hitting the base by accident. I can just keep painting all around it. It's absolutely fantastic. That's the deal. I just got my ships from Stars of Icarios. I need to get painting. Yes, you need to get painting Stars of Icarios. I actually just finished some more models from Stars of Icarios. Here was one of these are kind of these dudes or something. I don't remember what the name of these are, but I painted those guys up. I also painted up this ship. This ship I also painted. I've got to do some touch-up work on this one. This one's not fully done yet. There's some touch-up work I have to do. But I decided to put these like star stuff on top of it, which I think looks really cool. So I did that. That's the deal. But no, it's just I'm not done with it. I got to do a little bit of touch-up work on it, but I'm pretty excited about it. Are there actual gold brush awards? I don't know if there are or not. When I used to do a lot of Warhammer stuff, I know they were talking about they would talk about that, I think, is that they would talk about it on podcasts and stuff. I used to listen to a lot of podcasts when it came to Warhammer when I played a long time ago. Looks great. Thank you, Board Game Maelstrom. I'm pretty excited to try to play those. Colin and I are going to be playing again on tomorrow. We're going to be playing Stars of Icarios live, so please join us. I think I have a posting of it. And then we're going to try to get together next Tuesday to do some of this Oathsworn together. That's going to be the plan. I think it'll be a lot of fun. We'll be doing, like I said, Mission 2. Mission 2 is what we'll do. That'll be fun. We're just splattering on this metal paint everywhere down here. It's super easy. That's the deal. I'm going to use that gunmetal really looks good. I'm going to use that tonight on some of the minis as well. Oh, that's awesome. Mark, it is good to see you. Mark, thank you for joining. Mark is a member of my Dungeons & Dragons group. He's actually DMing our group right now, and he has been working on painting miniatures, and he's been following. And it's good to see that he's actually enjoying it. I love it. I love that he's enjoying it. I love that people are kind of finding the hobby. It's a nice, soothing hobby that kind of, you can do whatever you want with it. It's kind of nice. I love it. It's a lot of fun. There are plenty of mini painting competitions. Golden Demon is a big one. Okay, Golden Demon. I knew it was something golden. I couldn't remember if it was a Golden Brush or Golden Demon or something. And there should be an Awesome Dude in your Basement Awards. You would win. I might even win the Awesome Dudes in the, what do you call it? The Furnace Room. I might get the Awesome Dudes in the Furnace Room Award. That's what I should get. I should get the Awesome Dudes in the Furnace Room. Oh, Lord. Because that's where my painting station is. It actually was built into this house. which was really cool. When we bought the house, this actually was all back here. Not the paints and everything, but this big table back here. I'm sure the person who lived here before us did a lot of crafts and stuff on there. We got our metal on the bottom of this guy, I think here. I think it's on there pretty good. Let's see, I think we gotta get right down in here too. We gotta get some metal there. Again, a lot of this will be covered up by the capes and everything, the capey thing. The capey thing. The capey thing. Yes, gunmetal's good. I like gunmetal. My favorite metal. There is some ways to do like non-metallic paints, but I don't do those. I don't try to be fancy. I just try to get the mini on the table. That's the plan. That is the plan. And I think this penance guy is going to be pretty sweet. I'm excited. I haven't really looked into any of the characters either, so I don't really know what we're getting into when it comes to what the characters do or who they are or anything like that. So it's going to be pretty neat to give this all a kind of almost a, not necessarily blind play, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. I wasn't aware that metal paints went on non-primed better. They don't go on non-primed better, they just, I know they can actually stick to it. Most paints don't stick to it. That's why I'm not painting all the way back here. This part's not primed, but all the rest of this is a primed miniature. Because since they're pushed to fit, I built them all, pushed them all together and everything, and then since they're pushed to fit, and then primed it. So of course I couldn't get the primer up inside here very well, which is why it's like that. That's the deal. I hope that makes sense. Now I gotta get the cape off. Now I gotta get this off. Oh, come on, get off. I don't know if we can get it off. We'll see. Oh, there we go. I think I can get it. There we go. All right, we got it off. Perfect. I need you to get the mini on the table. I should get the mini on the table. Yes, I did get an all-in. I'm kicked. Yes, I didn't get an all-in. I'm kicking myself. Oh, board game Maelstrom. What'd you do? You need to go all in. This is gonna be the coolest game ever. I hope. I haven't actually played it yet, so I don't really know. Let's see here. We need to get more metal on this miniature. How much more metal? Let's take a look at our picture again and see what we got to do here. We've got all this is going to be metal except for those strands that he's got on there. And he's got some kind of cover on his shoulder too we got to deal with. Let's see if that's actually on his shoulder. Yes, it is. So he's got kind of this stuff here. This is going to be, oh, and he's got fur on his back of his cloak. Well, that's not on the picture. Okay, we'll have to figure out what color we want to make the cloak, because it's all going to fit in like that in the back. And that's not going to be too bad. But his cloak is going to be dark red. I don't really have it dark red. We're just going to make it blood, and we're going to use Blood Angel red on that just because that's going to be the deal. I'm not going to try anything fancy. Nothing fancy, we just want to get him on the table. So let's keep going on the metal here. It looks like all of this is metal. There's not even anything extra here. This isn't like gold part here, not gold there. This is all metal. All this is metal. The only thing I want to not hit are these strands of paper on the side here. That's going to be the deal. Get it just like that. And screwed that up. All right, I didn't notice one. Check this out. There's another strand of paper coming down from there. I'm going to have to go and use my oopsie paint on that. I've got oopsie paint I use. That'll be my plan there. But again, we're just going to keep painting this metal all the way around. Just like that, up on top here. There you go. I'm going to paint it on top of the stuff we're going to press in, but that's okay. Is that? I don't think that's a strap. I don't think there's any straps there. You're just going to brush. You're just going to brush prime it then. I've already primed the whole thing. I used Gray Seer primer on the whole thing already. This is already all fully primed. This is the only part that's not primed is the back part here, and I'm not going to prime that because I already got this part, and this part's going to fit right in there. Hope that makes sense. And normally I either use my airbrush or I use a can primer of Gray Seer primer is usually what I use. I don't use anything else. It's just what I like. I do like using the airbrush for priming because it actually saves a lot of money. I think I paid for my airbrush just in bottles of primer alone. There's almost no money when it comes to that. Oh, there you go. Yeah, sorry. Well, sorry I was not clear. I'll try to be more clear next time. I was... Yes, no, the model is fully primed. It's just for the parts that I couldn't see when I was priming that I just kind of left them because I knew I wasn't going to see them anyway when I was painting them. Are you sure Sing Turbo Dork? Bill, awesome to see you. Great to see you here. Thank you for joining, Bill. Awesome, awesome. For those of you who don't know Bill, Bill is a miniatures painter as well. He does commission work, so if anybody is interested in getting some their board games painted, like say you want Oathsworn painted, Bill will be more than happy to do it for you. I don't have the time to do it. I can barely get mine done. Bill, always a pleasure to have you. Always a pleasure. Right now we're painting our Oathsworn guys. That's what we're doing. I already got my trees done. Got the trees done. And the cool thing about these minis is they're pushed to fit, so I can get all this painted all the way around, and I gotta figure out where the belt is on this here. Okay, the belt is right there, so I'm just gonna get a little bit there. All the way around. Good. Alright. Yep. This is gonna be, I think, the character that is Colin is gonna play. He wanted to play the penance guy, and he wanted to play the priest, so we'll see. The priest got a lot of votes, which is pretty good. Lost the stream. Oh no, what happened? Lost the stream, that's no good. Let's see what happens here. How'd you lose the stream? Don't lose the stream, no! Hope the stream's still there for everybody else. Now, please let me know. Means I have to try to do technical work. I'm better at technical painting than I am at technical work. I never know much when it comes to technical work. You're still here for me. Fine. Oh, good, good, good. I'm still seeing you from my end. Oh, okay, good, good, good. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Poor Bill. Bill, need you back. Come on, Bill. Oh, Bill's got to come back. Oh, boy. Let's see here. Get me back over here. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. All right. We're going to continue painting because this is awesome. Love it. I love this guy. This guy's actually pretty cool. Because he's also got a big, I mean, he's got a huge metal. Oh, this is metal too. And to paint all this metal would be awesome. I actually like, I haven't painted knights in a long time. Oh, you're back. Bill made it. Bill made it back. Good to have you back. Thank you, Bill. Glad you're back. Let's see, has he got anything going on with this? No. The only thing is, I'm going to paint this one part right up here. This little, I don't know if you can see it. This little part there. That I'm going to paint gold. That's what we're going to do. Just because I think it'd be kind of cool. But all the rest is going to be metal. I'm just going to follow in my hand. And then once I get this all painted, you could choose to glue this together if you wanted to some extent. Of course, if you have the miniatures with the armor pack and all that, you're going to have that, what do you call it? The armor packs, you're going to be able to sub in different armor or weapons and things. So you want to make sure that you don't glue where the arms are going to be pinned or going to be coming in and out. And I think there's a video out there. I don't know. I'd have to look again to see if there's a video out there that teaches that. I do know that I did talk to Toby. Toby did say that he's planning to put up on Board Game Geek a way of assembling the miniature, and I think he's talking. I think he mentioned that he's going to show you kind of how to make it so you can glue it without messing up, so you can't change the hands and stuff. I think he's planning to do that. He reached out to me and messaged me as something. He's going to put that on Board Game Geek somewhere. So keep a lookout for that if you're interested in getting your miniatures put together and stuff like that. Mercado, awesome to have you. Thank you for joining. It's good to see you as always. What's up, everyone? Love to see it. Love to see it. Oh, it's good to have all the people here. It's good to see everybody here. This is so good. Right now we're working on Oathsworn characters. They're a lot of they're super cool. I love the push to fit extra the deal here. I think that's really good. I got to get some more metal out on my palette here. If it is a palette, more just a paint tray. I used to use a wet palette a long time ago, but I found, especially when I was painting a lot of Warhammer figures, but I found that it helps save paint and things like that, but it also thinned down my paints, and I don't thin down paints. I don't like it. I like to just glop it on. If that's a technique, I glop it on. I like doing that. And underneath there we go, just like that. Yes, they are pushed to fit. I will show you. It's absolutely awesome. So yeah, see those miniatures hanging on the ground here? See, these things all just eventually are going to, let's see, I'll put the back on. Here we go. Let's check this out. Push the back in, it pushed to fit right in there, and then his arm goes in. Check this out, this is amazing. Like that. Then you got the arm that goes in there like that. I mean, that's pretty sweet. And then it even shows is a picture of how to make it, push it like tougher together. So pretty sweet. Just take all the parts here off, and you can get them all painted and put them back together, which is glorious, I tell you. Absolutely glorious. Big fan. Big fan of this. All right, his head's done. Head's done. There you go. Did you choose the characters for the campaign? Good question. Great question. I have-ish chosen some of them. The Patreon is right now, all of the people in the Patreon are voting for who they want to see in the playthrough. So that's why all yesterday and everything I was working on getting my trees all painted up, because I didn't know where the votes were going to fall for the characters. I didn't want to work on them until I had a good idea of where they were going. Minus any massive chaos at the end of the end of the votes, which closes tomorrow. There are some that are ahead of other ones. The reason I'm doing the Penitent is because when Colin plays with me on next Tuesday, he wanted to play this character. So I thought that will be one for sure. And then the Patreon, I'll just grab the 3 that I think are going to be pretty cool from there. And that'll be the deal. The ones that get some votes from there. Yep, the Patreon is one of them. The Penitent is one of them. That close. Yeah. You voted. I voted on the Patreon. Can't wait. Yes, and thank you for voting. That really makes it awesome. I love being able to have everybody vote for those, because that way you all have a little bit more say in how the game is going to transpire ahead of us, which is going to be pretty sweet. I really appreciate it. And we're going to have another vote coming up after our next playthrough of what do you call it? Stars of Vicarios. I'm going to have another vote coming up to see what we want to put on our ships, or what we're going to do with our ships, because I'm sure after the next mission there'll probably be some stuff we're going to have to choose to do. All right, I think we're going to still go. I think we're done with the metal here. We're getting pretty close. Metal's done. I do need to get the Oopsie paint out, which is right here. This is my Oopsie paint. It's called Gray Seer, because it's the same color as the primer. We can just get a little bit of that on there, because what I did is I didn't realize this right here, right down there, I painted this silver. This is supposed to be one of those papers that is on that he carries with him. It's these papers like this. These papers are really cool. I think these are probably like the reminder of his penance, I'm guessing, or something. I don't know. I haven't looked into what the character works on. But now we need to paint all this red. That's gonna be our next color. Is red. I got Blood Angels red. We're gonna do that. Now I left the metal as it is like this, but eventually we're gonna wash this down with a Nuln oil. I don't ever keep metal just like that. I forgot. This is metal too. This whole thing is metal. Oh, this is gonna be really easy. Watch this. You go all over this thing like that. Can't go much faster, easier, and faster than that, can you? Just paint this metal. Look at that. Interestingly enough, that's the name of our Dungeons and Dragons group. They're called the Metal Legion. Is the name of the group. Because if you take the first letter of all of our characters' name, it spells metal with 2 L's, which I thought was kind of clever. My wife came up with that. My wife's clever. Love it. All right. Now, even though I slapped that on there, I still kind of want to go through and just kind of make sure that it's not pooling or it's looking weird in certain places. I'm just going to kind of go across it a little bit here just to make sure it looks pretty good. There we go. That should be pretty good. There we go. I finished building one of the 3 storage boxes for Massive Darkness 2 this week. I want to get all that sorted before I start painting it. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine that. I can't wait to paint my Forbidden Fortress copy. Yes, I want to see it. I'm sure it's gonna look awesome. Forbidden Fortress is amazing. I love that game. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine all the monsters from Forbidden Fortress, from Massive Darkness 2. That has to be a mountain of guys. Looks like they copied my GW Warhammer a little. Purity seals and all. Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, very, very true with those little things on them. With these things, yeah, for sure. I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool. I paint the inside of his shield here silver as well. I'm going to make sure it doesn't streak, so I'm just going to take down strokes on it. If I just kind of started going all over the place like I did at the top, on these, especially on these more flat pieces here, you'll see the brush strokes more, and I don't really want that. So I'm going to try to get it so you see less brush strokes. That's the deal here. And I'm going to get in here. I know you can't see anything because my hand's in the way, I apologize, but I'm just rotating a shield and painting. That's really all I'm doing here. Rotate the shield and paint away. All like that. Now I believe his arm is also fully armored. I'm just taking a look at it. Yep, fully armored up to the point where he has those things draped around him. That's gonna be the deal. Oh yes, it's a lot of monsters. It'll be great for D&D. Yes, very true. Massive Darkness has a lot of minis, and the big ones too. Oh, that's. I'm glad I didn't. I don't have that game, and I'm kind of glad I didn't back it because that seems very overwhelming. Let's see here. He's got this. Let me look at this really quick. Huh. Now let's look at his card. I'm wondering if he actually has his hand out, or does he? Nope. His hand. His arm is gloved. He's got a metal glove on his arm, so totally good. Being able to paint that arm like that. Now I'm not going to paint the band in there. That is going to be we're going to do some snakebite leather on that guy, because that'll be sweet. There we go. Get in there. I just got to get right inside here. Sometimes you just paint and you don't really know what you're looking at. And you just hope it fits in there. It's called painting by feel. That's what I do. All this. Wow, I couldn't even imagine having this much armor on. If this guy ever dies, then I apparently am terrible at this game. He's got so much armor, it's ridiculous. You better start with like 4 defense or something. I'm way more intimidated by Storm Sunder. Those sculpts are gorgeous and stupid detailed. You know, that's... Who is it who does it? Is that, who did that game? Close Your Eyes and Paint. Yep, for sure. Was it... Stonemeyer or something? Close Your Eyes and Paint. The heat wearing that, exactly. And they walk through like this forest. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess that's part of his penance, huh? It's the walk on this armor. Oh my gosh. Who's the one who did that game? Or is it that Ares? No, it's not Ares. It's... Oh, I forget. But yeah, those... If it's anything like the Wild Ascent, are they the same guys who did Wild Ascent? Because that's those minis are really detailed for sure. They're super detailed. I really think they're cool. So now we're going to get up to here. I'm going to think that the stuff that you're seeing here is some of the stuff that's... Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe, you know, we'll see what we're going to do about that. We'll put metal up to here. That'll be the deal. And again, I bet it's hard to see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I have Wild Ascent. They are raising in the pain to... Yes, they are. Because they're absolutely out of... Lazy Squire Games. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, Lazy Squire was the one who did it. Lazy Squire is Wild Ascent. Yes, too much detail. Yes, sometimes I actually agree with you. Sometimes there's too much detail, and it just gets too hard to paint some of those. Some of those guys are just too detailed. I feel you are right, and I feel that that's the truth. I think I got all of this painted silver now, except for the band right here. Good, that's done. All right, we'll put that piece down. We got the head, we got that, we got his arm. We got to get his arm. His arm's also got metal over it, but it almost doesn't look like this is metal. What could that be? Can you tell me every part of his body has armor except for that part? No, no. We're just painting metal. That's the deal. Metal, metal. Oh, he's got that wrapped stuff around his arm. Look at that. There's wrapped stuff around his arm. We don't want to paint that. So we got to kind of come across. Oh, why'd you have to have the wrapped stuff on your arm? Why couldn't you just be metal? That was one of the easiest things I painted was the knights from like the Empire from Warhammer. Like they're all metal. I mean, it couldn't get much more metal than that. Get some more metal on my palette here. Okay, that should be way more than I'm going to need. Someday I'll need a new bottle of that. Go. I say that every time. Get his hands here. And this whole metal chain is going to have to be metal too. I mean, this gives me lots of metal, which is kind of cool. Okay, now I got to figure out where these paper pieces are. Paper piece there. Okay. Paper piece there. There we go. I did back that Lazy Squire game. I'm pretty excited for that one. Now the cool thing is I'm going to leave this. I'm going to make that like probably snakebite leather or something. I think that'd be really cool. And I think the paper goes in between this. If I make a mistake, not the end of the world. I've got my oopsie paint I can use. What's going on here? Oh, yep, I think I screwed up. Ah. Hell being for metal. Rob Halford voice. Ah, too much fun. I think I screwed up. All right, let's see what I'm going to do about this. The song, by the way, thank you. Yes, I gathered a song. Your videos made me back Wild Ascent. Looking forward to getting it someday. Yes, I'm excited for that one as well. I think that'll be really cool again. I'd like to play more of it. Colin and I were working on the campaign part of it, the original campaign, not the prelude. We played a little bit of that together. But we've moved on to other games because these games just keep coming. They just keep coming. These games keep coming. Where's the problem? They just keep coming. They don't stop. My wife, I think, also agrees with that. I wonders when will they ever stop. They never do. Metal everywhere around there. I'm just going to paint that metal. It might not have been. Don't care. I'm really digging them. I'm really having a hard time with this paper part here now. Let's just paint all of that paper. Oh. I think this part here is not. We're just going to go around it a little bit here. You know, I'm just going to go with that. And then we're going to paint the rest of it to the paper. It's all wrapped around his hand there. Yep, I think we're going to be okay with that. I think they'll be fine. Perfect. There we go. All right, his arm's done now too. I do have to get the rest of this, but oh, I can hold it right here and do it. That's what we can do. I'm still debating. Debating Wild Ascent. Not sure if I can afford it right now due to the unexpected house repairs. Oh no, Morgan Knight! House repairs are terrible, especially when you don't think they're coming. All of a sudden they're there. House repairs are no fun. It's like the no fun zone. I'm just continuously painting all this metal. I'll be almost done with the metal. Then we'll get to some neat colors. Though metal's a neat color, right? Now, one thing I might try is I might put some Agrax Earthshade wash on this instead of Nuln Oil like I always do, because maybe the brown will make it more of a rust color at the end of when it's all said and done. That might be something cool to try. And we'll try that. I'm going to paint this metal too. Spin, 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 paint, paint, paint. There we go. I think we got that. Your basement flooded this winter. My furnace is broken and it's leaking CO2. So yeah, it's kind of this. Wow, that's terrible. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That's no good. It's not even one thing. It's like 3 things. 3 things. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. I just moved to my new house recently, and yes, I was unable to buy anything due to repair for a while. That's too bad. Yeah, we haven't had anything too badly breaking yet, but I'm sure someday that will happen, and we'll have to put a pause. Do you have the rust effect by Army Painter? No, I do not, Dan. I do not. I do have it for from GW, which is the 2 paints you kind of do, but I don't. It's great if you want it to really look old rust. I just want this to have like a little bit of just a little twang of like seen better days. You know what I mean? Maybe not. Maybe I'll just keep the Ellen oil on it. That might be the way to go. Yeah. Oh wow, Morganite. Oofta. Oofta. I have to give you an oofta on that one. That gets an oofta. All right. Oofta. We'll paint this little nub here. Silver teal. There we go. Boom. Yeah. It sucks. It happened all at once for sure. I know. It's never like something like, it's never like one thing happened. It's like, oh, by the way, these 3 things happened all at one time. It's always in 3s. Always in 3s. Oh my gosh. So far nothing all in 3s has happened to us yet. It was good. But we did lose our furnace a while ago though. But this one better not die on us for a long time now. Oofta, for how much those cost. Yuck. Look. A little twang. So modern country rust, not old school country. That's right. I want little country rust. Oh, I dropped my pen. Paintbrush on the ground. Awesome. All right. I think we got our metal on our guy. Now we're going to work on the cloak here. Oh wait, so let's just do the, yeah, let's get the, okay, we're gonna do red. We're gonna get this red done next. Red done, we'll close up our metal for now. I think we're gonna be done with it for a while. But I've got Blood Angel red, we're gonna stick it in there and go to town here. And we're just gonna hit this stuff right here. We're just gonna hit the red all the way down. So I'm trying to not hit the metal part that we just got done painting. All the way down, there you go. And then just brush it on. And these are those contrast paints. I'm still using those. I have a couple of the other ones. Speed paints. But this is all contrast. Blood Angels red, hence a contrast paint because the GW, I'm sure, has trademarked Blood Angels because that's the name of one of their Warhammer 40k groups. There we go. Paint the red on there and then underneath. This is where I was hoping that this would have been 2 separate pieces and I could have taken them apart to paint them, but not such luckiness. There we go. So the red's on there. That looks pretty awesome. I'm gonna do what I'm always told not to do, try to get a little bit closer there, and of course the enemy of good is better, or something like that. Saying. Always saying it wrong. Alright, let's push to fit this guy back in here now. Oh, come on, go in there. Boom. Okay. Mental note, we gotta come back around here a little bit more. Right, I'm gonna hit that silver with this pushed in. I should have painted this not pushed in. That's okay. Before we go with more of the red, I have to hit that silver. And that's because my silver paint here is going to dry out on me over here. It's not in a wet palette or anything. Oh boy, kind of glop that on a little bit. No, let's see here. Does that, I want to say that looks like a strap there. Doesn't that look like a strap to you? I think it looks like a strap. We're not going to paint that strap metal. There we go. See what we did on the other side here. We did pretty good. The other side I think is pretty good there. It's got enough metal on it. Okay. Good. Man, this is gonna be sweet. This guy's gonna look so cool. I'm super stoked for this guy. Put a lot more red than I should have on that brush. That's okay. I got a little bit off of it. And now I'm gonna paint this we're not going to paint that red. This looks like an animal of some kind, so we're going to paint this with an animal skin of some kind. Not sure which one yet. We'll find something. There we go, straight. I want some big long streaks here. First I'm going to cover it and then we're going to streak it. That probably is not something I should say. Because if I don't, and I don't do like down strokes all the way down it, I'm going to have, you're going to see the paintbrush marks. I don't want that. There we go. That looks pretty good. Looking cooler. The Crusader colors. Yeah, you know, I think that's really, yeah, exactly right. Look, I totally screwed that up. I hit my foot down here, but that's okay. We can repaint silver on top of it, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, I need to take this off. I don't know how I'm going to do this without screwing it all up. Oh, Barrett, what'd you do? Oh, you know, I just tried to pin it, push it together, and I was going to paint it, but now I have to get all in here. And I know I'm going to hit that metal every time I try this. But you're not technically going to see a lot of that. Alright, we'll just leave it on. We'll see how this goes. I'm just going to paint in there. I'm worried about the leg. I'm sure I'm hitting it. I can go back and silver color that. My gosh, alright, basically this is all just, I'm just going by feel here. I can't even see what I'm doing. Like we're gonna, okay, I can see you there now. Alright, now we got that all done. Now we're gonna go back and repaint this guy silver. Because I'm a moron and I didn't keep him disassembled. I should have kept him disassembled. Oh my goodness, that's okay. This metal will go over this pretty easily here. Metal over the red. There we go. Is there any back here? Of course there is, all over the place. I just don't want to hit the... Don't hit that. That's what I want to hit. I think we're okay the rest of the way here. There we go. Wow. Out of control. There you go. Stand him up just like that. So far, I think he's looking okay. Looks cool. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're going to continue our painting here. This is also going to be red. So I'm going to paint that red real quick here. But maybe I'll wait till I put it on. Is it going to be on? That'd be better. It's going to be better to paint that. Paint that when it's on. We got this too. We got to paint that. We're going to paint this and this. Let's just do this real quick. This won't take long. Okay. I need, what do I need? Let's find it. It's up here, my paints of power up here. You think I'd have a plan as to how these are all put up here. I kind of did most of the time. But it's kind of lately gotten out of control. We got snakebite leather. I like snakebite leather. That's the deal. I like snakebite leather. Hopefully I can get into this one on the reprint. Yeah, I hope so. This is going to be really cool. Well, I mean, we'll find out. You can watch my first mission and see if it might be something you're interested in. Put that in here so I don't spill it. Otherwise I will. I actually spilled a whole bunch of my Nuln oil on the ground today. That was super bonus. We're going to paint our leather belt here on this guy. Till it goes behind, which it did. There we go. Snakebite leather, my favorite paint. More on the brush. Now, see if Mark is still watching, the DM that's working is DMing our group right now. He could tell me what he's painting. Oh, and I might get a glimpse into what we might be facing on Saturday. We do play Dungeons & Dragons every Saturday. It's a ton of fun. I am a Blade Singer. Super fun class. Though painting up this kind of guy makes me want to be like a cleric or a paladin or something. This guy's pretty sweet. Paladins are pretty good too. They smite things. There we go. Now we also want to paint this right here the same color. I do that a lot. I usually pick out like a certain set of colors, and that's usually the colors I paint my minis. I don't do a whole bunch of extravagant things here. Let's keep on going. Paint right in there. There we go. That looks pretty good. Now let's get the top part. I know you're supposed to glop this stuff on, but I don't like to glop this contrast paint. I actually paint it like I normally would a real paint. It still does what I need it to do. Don't touch it, Baron. What are you doing? There we go. Snake bite leather, all done. There you go, and I didn't have to redo the silver on that one. That's amazing. I'm so good at this. I painted all the monsters of wild ascent. Only the heroes remaining, wanting to get the speed paints to ease the process. Yes, speed paints would definitely ease the process, that is for sure. All right, where are we? We need to get the... Oh, we have some more snakebite leather over here. We gotta get this. That's the deal. Skeleton Horde makes great old parchment. Bill, you're reading my mind. You are reading my mind. I was actually thinking the same thing. I was gonna do that on it. I think that would be great. I think you're right. Oh, I think it'll be really good. I used to, for old parchment before, I used to use, was it skeleton bone, and then I would put a egg rex over the top of it. That's what I used to do. Look at all this paint I got all over my hands today. I'm just out of control today. Paint everywhere, I tell you. I'll tell you one thing. If Bill says that's what you're supposed to do, and I've been doing it like that, that means I'm doing it right. Because Bill is fantastic, and he does everything right. We're just going to paint this. Now, there's a little buckle on this. I'm not going to paint the buckle. Though I could try to make that silver if I wanted to, this buckle that's in there. But I'm not going to do that. Because you're not really going to see it, so it doesn't really even matter. Even painting this. I mean, when you get this guy all up together here, I mean, you're going to have... It's going to be way back in there. I mean, you're probably not really even going to see it, so I'm not too worried about it. This buckle, on the other hand, I do want to paint that one. And I want to paint that... I better paint that metal. I was going to think about gold, but I have to remember, these guys are not like super rich people and stuff. They're doing a job. We're just going to paint it silver. I'm going to kind of touch it just barely to get it. I don't want to mess with... Well, I did. I messed with a bunch of stuff. That was awesome. Okay. So we'll let that dry, and then I gotta touch it up with my oopsie paint, because look at that right there. I hit the red with the silver. Awesome. Super good, Baron. That was amazing. I'm covered in wood glue. These inserts are a pain to build, but are really amazing. Fancy but functional, 10 out of 10. I totally agree. And if you missed my last stream, I pulled out this huge box of fancy but functional Arkham Horror stuff, and I'm sure it's very similar to the Massive Darkness one. He does a fantastic job. I need to get in touch with him again. I know last I heard, he doesn't have the ability to get some of the materials, or he's looking into a new type of material in order to continue his work. I hope he's found something, because that would be awesome. But I don't know where it sits right now. How many spares do you have of the oopsie paints? Lots, Dan. I got a whole pot of oopsie paint. This is my second one. I have yet to buy so many. I haven't bought like a second paint in a long time, but oh boy, I bought a second paint of oopsie pot. That's a oopsie paint, that's for sure. Pink grace here right over the top of that. That's fine, just like that. And then after that dries, we'll just put some red right on there and it'll be good to go. That'll be the plan. Meanwhile, we're done with red and we're done with brown. All done. Boom. Now let's do the parchment. Do I want to do these? I better do those gold. I better do them gold. They don't stand out enough otherwise. I mean, I'm looking at the picture. The picture does show silver again, but it's just not fun. We're gonna make these gold. We're gonna get right in there and just kind of hit these a little bit. There we go. That'll be pretty sweet. There we go. Those are good. Just like that. He's swapped to MDF, which is a bit easier to get a hold of. No problems with it at all so far. Good to hear. I'll have to reach out to him again. I said he does such good work. I'll have to reach out and say hi or something. All right, let's get a little bit more here. I'm going to put a gold one here because that's the same type of deal that is. There we go, gold there. Now, when you use gold, one thing you can use a wash of is Reichland Earth Shade or Earth, what is it? Reichland Flesh Shade, right here. This you can put over gold to kind of give it a like depth and stuff, but I'm not going to do that for this because the gold is just not big enough to really warrant that, to do that. What I am going to do though is we're going to paint that. Oh, we got one more little gold piece there. I forgot. Remember the one we almost failed to see? I almost failed to see it again right over here. Oops, bumped the camera. Sorry about that. Just going to paint that gold just like that. There we go. Oh, it's kind of... all right, I'm kind of worried about touching this area here. There we go. Okay. Now we're done. That should be all the gold we need to do. All right, there's no more gold. Oh, I said I wanted to paint this part gold. Right here, right along the top of here. Let me use the side of my brush and just start from the top and just go down until I want to stop. There we go. Just like that. And of course, we need to get a little more. Okay. Hoping just do the top of it, but we're going to have to do the side here a little bit too. And that'll be okay. Careful not to hit the hair piece because that's going to be red. Totally different color. There we go. Okay. All right. I think we're doing okay here so far. We have... all of this is going to be that... snap this in here like this. All of this is going to be... I should do a little bit more metal there. I think I need a little more metal. Oh, my metal all dried out. Nope, got enough. This has to be metal here. Whoa, that was something. Push to unfit is what that was. There we go. I forgot about that part there. We need to get that part too. I need to probably get some inner insert for brimstone and for the massive amount of future expansions I might get with this game. Yes, very, very true. Very true. That's an understatement. I still have a whole... I haven't even scratched the surface of all the Shadows of Brimstone stuff I have, and that's just Forbidden Fortress. I need to find, yeah, a storage solution. One way you could do it is, I don't know if it's going to fit. They have these. Let's see if I got one. I think I have one. Yep, I got one right here. This I call my dungeon crawler in a box. This is what I call this. This is my Art Bin Super Satchel Deluxe. I use this on a lot of different dungeon crawlers I have. That I have to like try to condense into a box. The cool thing is this thing flips out and it can hold all your tokens in it. Once you get that all like that, this thing flips out. It holds a lot of the little tokens and everything. And then the top part opens up. And it can hold all the miniatures if they're small enough to fit in there. That's the only problem here. You have to make sure they're small enough to fit in there. Let's see if I can get it open. Let's see here. There we go. So then the miniatures can fit right inside there, like that. And then, on top of that, once that closes, this whole thing opens up, and you can put all your instruction booklets and your tiles and things like that in it. Now, I haven't tried Shadows of Brimstone, so I don't know if it fits in here, but it has a potential. It has a potential. I've noticed that people are getting more extravagant with their miniatures, so they're having a harder time fitting in those cases. It seems like the newer the game, the harder I can get one of those things in there. It's getting a little tough. That's the problem. A little tough. They gotta stop doing that. Just gotta let me just keep it how it is. That's the deal. When you play story mode, are you going to listen to James Cosmo or make Colin narrate? That's hilarious. I'm gonna make Colin narrate. Mainly because I don't know though I don't think there's a problem with it. I would hate to have some kind of copyright dealie going on, so I've just always tried to stay away from anything from an app, just because I'd hate to have something like that happen. Sorry for my bad English. There's no bad English. I understand. Everybody understands. Just started a new job today. The startup cost for mini painting is on the horizon now. Woo! I'm super excited for you. That's going to be awesome. That'll be super fun. Congratulations on a new job. That'll be fantastic. My problem with Brimstone is storing all of the painted minis. Exactly, that's the problem. And that's not even going to scratch the surface of it either, because you can just get, it's just astronomical how much there is. I mean, I've got a box of it there, box of it there. I've got just overflowed box. I've got another box of it up there. I've got boxes of Shadows of Brimstone everywhere. It's just out of control. I need that ASAP. Where can I get it? That seems perfect for sword and sorcery. Funny enough, if I next painting episode, if I remember, I'll pull out my sword and sorcery. It's actually behind this here, right behind there. I have all of my sword and sorcery in one of those, and then I put the Ancient Chronicles in another one. So like both of them fit. So I have two huge things for sword and sorcery, and I condensed all the boxes right into those two things. It worked out pretty good. It's pretty cool. It works out pretty neat. Works pretty neat. All right, let's see. Back to my man of mystery here. All right, we're gonna go with the all-powerful, not yellow. We want. Oh my gosh! See, this is my problem. They're all over the place. You think I'd have a system here? You think I would have a system? Gilliman flesh, wild, stillish purple. Yellow. Here it is. Oh my gosh. Skeletal Horde. Found it. It should be with the Browns. You think I'd do with the Browns? Oh my gosh. Well, that's... I guess not knowing where the Browns are is what's going to happen in the NFL season this year anyway, so... Let's see. We'll get some of this on here. And let's start by painting right on top of these and see what happens here. Well, let's get a little bit of that paint off. What was the name of that box? Oh, I will tell you in just 1 second. Let me just paint this brown on here real quick, and I'll grab it. It is an Art Bin Super Satchel. I'll just double check to make sure it's exactly what I said. I'd hate for you to be looking for something that's not that. So, that is going to work really good. Looks perfect for having paper coming off. It'll be perfect. Good work. Thank you, Bill. It's gonna be awesome. Look at that. That's gonna be perfect. Yes, it is an Art Bin Super Satchel Deluxe. Now, I will mention if I remember right, you can find it. I always get it from my local, Super Satchel Deluxe. I find them at like Michael's and Joanne Fabrics, which are a couple like stores in my area that have to do with hobby type, like just anything like crafts, and there's tons of fabric all over the place. They're flying around, people cutting fabric, sewing. There's sewing machines everywhere. There's paints everywhere. There's canvases, all this stuff. Thing is that they're normally, I want to say, like $50. I can usually find them every once in a while on like sale at 50% off, like buy one for 50%, like you can get one 50% off, or 40% off. So it drops it down to like 29 bucks at some point, like 30 bucks, which isn't too bad for it. But so I don't know like where you'd find it on Amazon or anything like that, and how much it would work, or how much that would cost, just to give you a heads up. So that's the best I can do. I'm sorry. I know out in Puerto Rico, I'm not sure if that's going to help or not, but that's the deal. All right, we're continue here with our. He's wrapped in these things too. Now I don't want to hit the metal, because the metal actually will. This will go over the metal, and maybe it'll look kind of rusty, which would be kind of nice, but we're not going to do that. I thought about it. There's a long debate about it, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to paint the paper wraps here. There we go. Around and done. There. Yeah, I actually am digging this guy. I think this guy's gonna be a really cool character. Thanks a lot. I will check it out and get a couple for Sword and Sorcery and Shadows or even Folklore. I should have done one for Folklore, but of course I got that what do you call it, the Creature Crate, I think is what they called it. So they all just fit in there, and so I didn't need one for that game. I have all the paper components just in something similar to that. Excuse me, but it's something similar to that, but it doesn't have all the extra things on the sides. It's just you flips up and it holds a bunch of stuff. That's all I did. That's all I did for that game. It's actually one of the neat things about Dungeon Crawlers, trying to figure out how you're going to storm. That's like a game in itself. I swear sometimes. Let me get some of this red again going. I want to finish, since we got that one part here. I just want to touch that up real quick. There we go. Haha, none the wiser that I screwed that up. Perfect. Only you will all know that I did that. There we go. I don't know why I keep testing fate here. Okay. Testing? Probably tempting fate. The storage game. Exactly, the storage game. That's what it becomes. It becomes a storage game. Now I get this guy. Okay, this guy's got to get some of that. Look at that guy, needs it too. I'm gonna spin this. It's got 3 holes in it. There we go. And there we go. Now I can get this on my brush. We're gonna go like this. There we go. He's got his penance. I think that's sweet. Perfect. That piece is pretty much ready to go right on. This piece is done. Put it right there. This piece is done. Over there. All we got left is this, and all I have to do is paint these, and then we have to figure out what we're gonna do about that. And I mean, we're almost done. This guy was super easy to do. Yeah, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Here we go. It's not trademarked yet, is it? Right around. There we go. Oh, this guy's pretty sweet. I just love how he's got this paper just draped off of him. I think that's a pretty cool concept. I'm going to kind of get behind it too. No, I don't think you'll really ever see it. I know I will. I'll know that it's not painted back there. That bugs me. There we go. All right, the only thing left. Do I paint that? I'm going to paint that metal. All right. Is Oathsworn a dungeon crawler or boss battler? Boss battler. Narrative boss battler. That's the deal. That's what I would say. I may be wrong. What do other people think? I think it's boss battler. I need some more metal here. Oh boy, way too much. Only need a little bit, but that's how it goes. There we go. There. Perfect. Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited. It'll be pretty good. I haven't watched any gameplays to not spoil, but gonna check yours to see. Well, thank you. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I'll be doing just the first mission and doing a video of that one, but then Colin and I are gonna play the other ones together. Okay. Fur. What are we gonna do for fur? Take a look at. Ooh. Let's see what we got here. Yes, that'd be awesome. Let's see how it is. That's right. Oh, I forgot about this strap back here. I gotta paint that too. Okay, we gotta find a fur. Now, I have... You know, let's try Dargoth Flesh. That sounds like a fur color. Almost. More like a flesh color. But we'll see what we can do here. See what we can do here. We're gonna pop this open. I'm running out of room in my little area here, so I'm gonna switch that one out. I think this will be pretty good. Let's put it on there. Because I want it to be a different color than this, because of course we don't want the same color there. Oh yeah, that'll be perfect. Perfect color. Comes around. And even goes over here. Go. And this comes around to there. There. Perfect. Now let's see if there's any on here. Nope, fur on there, just the things. And I think that's on purpose, because this is going to be one of those push to fit pieces, and I'm sure that all the shields are going to have, for him, are going to have very similar style like this. And I'm sure that that's why it's like that. I don't have, I think, anything else on this guy to paint. I think we're doing pretty good. I do need to get, what did we say? We had a strap. We had to get a strap. There's one more strap. Where'd my snakebite leather go? It's right here. There's one more strap we got to get. And that was over here. I think this is a strap. Actually, I think the strap goes all the way around. I'm going to paint over the metal, which maybe will work. Snakebite leather might be dark enough to be able to do that. I think it is. There we go. And I hit the metal, so that was awesome. So maybe I get another brush and see if we can get it off the metal. There you go. There you go. It's a pro trick right there. You paint on something you don't want, you can quickly grab a dried brush and try to scrape it off. Or even a wet brush would work too. And again, there's going to be a little buckle here. I'm not even going to worry about the buckle. Not going to worry about that buckle. I think we're good. Wow. It's that flesh color again. I need this one more time. I want to give a couple coats of this on there. I think it looks really cool. The more contrast coats you put on, the darker the thing gets, which is kind of cool. I like that. There we go. That's done. Oh no. I think I hit the red again. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay with that. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see it. All we got left is this. And this can be easier to paint with it in the model. Well, right now, that's drying. So no, the answer is gonna be no. So we're just gonna take our red and go to town here. That's gonna be the plan. Red all over. Now, I'm not want to paint on top of that thing because the thing splatters. It's going to splatter on top of that guy, and that'd be terrible. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll look like he got banged up in a fight or something. I don't have anything to hold on to. There we go. Get underneath. Make sure all of it's red. As unwritten law says, I'm seeing red. Do. I don't know all the words. All right. A little bit more metal because I screwed this up. Underneath here, I hit the more metal. The problem is I didn't let it dry and I tried to paint right on top of it, and so I started smearing the red around. Bad idea. There you go. Okay. There we go. Wow, I'm barely holding on to that thing. All right, put that down. But I want to put it down careful. Ooh, there's some red I missed. It's always something. I always miss some part here. Good, done. All right, boom, put it there. Now I have to assemble this guy. Okay. Oh, I got the base. Let's do the base real quick while that stuff all dries. So, what am I gonna do about this? I think I might just null and oil this. There's not much else going on. And then dry brush it with a white and maybe a brown over here or something. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's try that. That'll be something. So I got null and oil here. We'll just do this. Make it quick and easy. Quick and easy. That's the deal. I like quick and easy sometimes. Take those out. I don't need those anymore. And we're going to be using a lot of null and oil here in a second. So we'll start with using it on the base. Gotta find my paintbrush. What happened to my paintbrush? That'll be good enough. I'll use this paintbrush. I'm actually going to hit the rim with it too. I'm not worried about that because I'm going to paint this entire rim black. That's what I'm going to do. And that'll look really good. Then we'll dry brush some white onto there. I think it'll be pretty good. I think it will. We'll see how it goes here. There we go. I think that's good. That's good. We'll leave that right there to dry. I'm going to get a few places where it might have pooled, like in the guy's foot. I think we're okay. I just don't want it pooling in a lot of places. Okay if it pools in a few places. Not a lot. Okay. That dry? This is dry. So we have to null and oil all of this. Wow. Alright, let's get to work. And again, we don't want it to pool, but we want to null and oil all of this. Because that'll give the metal more depth. And it'll really bring out like the scratch and dings and dents on this thing. Take a look at that. That looks fantastic. How it kind of gets on there. Steve, greetings, he says. Good sir, he says. Nice to have you here. Thank you, Steve. Steve is still continuing his streak. He's at 4. I'm going to do the back of the shield too, though it's not going to make too much of a difference because it's just one clear sheet. But I'll still hit it with a little bit of it. It's more important to get the front, because look at that. Look how much more detailed that is now. With that, all that, like, I'm going to get a little bit of this, soak up a little bit of the black there on that. But how much more detailed that is. I think that looks really cool. Really, really neat. Have you played Massive Darkness 2 and any thoughts? Colton, I have not played Massive Darkness 2, but there are some people in the chat right now that have played Massive Darkness 2. I'm sure they would love to tell you what they think. I sadly have not. I don't own it. I don't know why I don't own it. I don't know why I decided not to own it. I did see Daniel from the Dungeon Dive. He did a little review on it, and he had a point that I thought was really weird. I also saw Doug. Doug Herring over Mystic Eye Games. He did a playthrough of it. But what was it? Daniel said stuff about, that was kind of weird that when you attacked with range, you could still get hit by some of the dice or something, and I thought that was also a little weird. I kind of think that's a little weird. But Doug did a playthrough over on his channel, so if you're interested in seeing a playthrough of Massive Darkness 2, I think it's a big episode. He did a lot of episodes on it, so go check it out. But I don't have any thoughts on it. I'm sorry, I'm failing you, Colton. I am failing you. But what we're doing here is we're painting up some Oathsworn, and we're using Nuln Oil on everything metal. That's the deal. Thanks, no worries, he says. Thank you, Colton. I'm glad you understand. Yeah, a lot of people have asked me that, and I don't know why I didn't back it. Because I've backed a lot of other stuff that was pretty questionable. And I don't even know, and probably more questionable that game would have ever been. There you go, that's done. Nuln Oil damn thing. How's this going here? Thanks, no worries. Yes, a lot of good stuff in Oathsworn. Love the unboxing. Yes, there's a ton of cool things I think they're going to happen in this game. They use a lot of mechanics I've seen before, but they have a few mechanisms that are going to be really cool, especially since it's a boss battler. I'm really excited for that. I like the fact that it's going to be like this big narrative that goes along with it too. I think that'll be really neat. And I'm really just excited to see how these characters work. That battle flow, I think, is the new mechanic that I think is going to be really neat. I like how it's not like your typical system where you're going to always get your cards back after a certain amount of turns. Like, you actually have to do something to get those cards back. I think that's really cool. I think that's a really neat system. So we'll see how that all plays out, though, in real time. See if it holds up. I don't see how it can't, but who knows? We'll have to find out. It's easy enough to house rule. Massive Darkness 2 is exactly house rule. Yes, Massive Darkness 2 is exactly what I wanted. A dice chucking dungeon crawler with a ton of variability. Oh, perfect, perfect. Then that is fantastic. Dungeon crawler with a lot of variability is fantastic. That is for sure. All right, now I got this guy. I'm gonna hold this thing, and we're gonna Nuln Oil all this thing next. This is shaping up to be pretty good. See here, hit them all. There we go. Yeah, let me hit back here, though it doesn't really matter because that's going to be part of the push to fit thing. His arm, and then up this weapon. That's the deal here. All the way up and down the weapon we go. Now, I don't want to hit the snakebite leather because technically that's already got the watch kind of built into those contrast paints, which is super cool, which is why I really like them. We're just hitting the weapon. Now make sure I hit all parts of the weapon too. Spin it. Oh boy, you're not going to be able to see this. Sorry. I think that's pretty good. I think I got enough Nuln Oil all over the thing. That's done. Put it right there. Yeah, good enough. Now for the cream of the crop is this guy. Now I got this guy. Okay, now I got to get this guy done. Okay. Oof. Let's see what we can do here. We'll start up at top. We'll work our way down. Careful not to hit anything we've already painted. And I just did. I totally forgot about that part again. All right, quickly, if I can get another brush, I can get that off. And there'll be no problem here. Maybe a little bit dirtier than the other ones, but that's okay. There you go. Got it off. All right, let's keep going here. Can't believe I did that again. Outside to the top. Bottom part here. It just really makes the metal pop out, which is pretty cool. I'm really digging what it did to the shield. The shield looks super cool. All right. There you go. Okay, now I'm going to switch and hold it up here. Try and get the legs. There we go. Dunk and paint. Oop, that's a lot. That's okay. We'll kind of move this around the model quite a bit now. Got a lot of it there. Again, we don't want any pooling on this wash. That would be bad news, City. No pooling. Almost done with the wash. Now I just keep pulling it a little bit from the top because I've already seen pooling happening. Oh, I'll just see a piece up my arm barf. All right, we'll have to deal with that in a second. I know there's a dot back here I hit with the red. We'll deal with that in a second. Not to mention there's missing some there, so I'll have to paint that red again. Okay. I'll put him in his, well, no, let's get the base done first. Okay. Everything is null and oiled. That's done. Now I said we were going to dry brush this white. Let's see if we can do that. Let's get some white. Now, you'd think that you might want to do like a lighter gray, but the stronger the difference, the more you're going to see the difference. Does that make sense? I think it does. You're right, it does, Baron. Oh my gosh, I'm a genius. Let's see, I get my dry brush now. Here it is. Got a dry brush here. Some white on there. I'm going to pat it off on this. So if I did go over the lighter gray, you just wouldn't see it. Null and oil is great on metal. It so certainly is. Josiah, nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Yes. We're just going to kind of go over this a little bit here. Make some of those pebbles pop out. And when I do it, I start off by going pretty light on it, and then I just start, then I get a little more, I guess you could say, violent towards it. That's even a deal. And it looks pretty decent. It's getting there. Put some more white on there. There we go. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Not too bad. Okay, we got the white on there. Now I'm going to throw a wrench in the fire here. Wrench in the fire. We are going to grab, what are we going to grab? We're going to grab brown. I'm going to grab this monster brown. Or should I grab leather brown? No, we're going to grab monster brown. I've got a whole setup here of Army Painter paints from a long time ago. Ancient days. Ancient days. I'm going to use some of that to dry brush now. Only in certain parts, though. We'll only do it in certain parts. We'll see how this goes. Could go bad, could go good. We'll see. I'm going to do it just over kind of in this area over here a little bit. And over in this area a little bit. And right about there. Just to give a little bit of brown into here. It looks more kind of like a swampy area like that. Is that really what it is? No clue. There we go. Wait, they look okay, you think? I think they look okay. Barely see the brown. Let's get some more brown on there. Yeah, that looks way better. More brown. There, and I can kind of see the brown a little bit more. Boom. Boom, I say. Wash that dry brush off, but then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to dry that dry brush off really, really well here, because I don't want that to have any water on it in case I need to use it again. It doesn't matter what you do to your dry brush. It's going to look like bleh, because you're wrecking it. You're totally destroying it. All right. These are all done. I'm going to push to fit this guy into here. Now, oh, I still got to get that red and that metal part. I'll figure that out after. Okay. There we go. That's in there. Okay. Oh, look at how much black is down here. I don't like that. Let's get that off of there. There we go. Is there any over on this side? No, I think the rest is okay. Okay. Push to fit him into his little thing there. There we go. Push to fit minis for the win. Here we go. All right, let's put this arm on. There you go. Let's put his head on. Let his head go on. Head goes in there somewhere. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Oh, his head spins. That's what it is. Okay. There we go. Do the minis stay together pretty good without glue? That's debatable, Josiah. Oh boy, how am I going to say this? All right. So here's the deal. If you don't glue them, you will be fine. You will be fine if you don't glue them. I'm not satisfied with they push the fit just fine. And then, like, as you can see, he's standing there, he's just fine. No big deal at all. I'll even show you here. I mean, I can take him, I can wing him upside down and bang him around a little bit, and he's still just fine. So yes, and I think the problem is it goes against every fiber of my being to not glue this model together. Though you have to be careful when you glue them that you don't glue the parts that you're going to stick together with the armory set. Where is my armory set? I don't think it's near me very close. Otherwise I would show you. Because I don't have it close to me, sorry. So yes, Steve, everything is pushed to fit for me. It's just need a big enough hammer to push things. Steve. Oh, that's pretty funny. So yes, it does work. I will probably still be what do you call it? I will be gluing this model together. That's just my nature. That's what I do. So now we're just gonna do some touch-ups here because there are a few areas that need to get touched up. This gold's got a little bit out of control here. We're gonna paint a little bit of this metal onto there. Okay, that's good. Where did I see the other red that I failed on? Because I was washing this model with the Nuln oil, I saw a piece of red that I missed. Well, it must not be too visible because I don't see it now. Okay, the only thing I got left is I do want to paint that cape red again. And here's our red, Blood Angel red. And also, if you do the armory set and you have them all armored up and everything, some of the armors don't fit back into the box like they should. Oh, look at this. Barfaroony right there. Look at that dot. That's time for some oopsie paint on that. That's just too obvious on a cape. So we're going to get some of that on there. There we go. We'll wait a little bit for that to dry and then we'll do something. Which will explain why most of the minis look like they lost a fight to dragon. That's funny. So yeah, our guy's pretty much done. I think we did pretty good on him. I got a special sneak peek for you. I got a sneak peek for you. Okay. So looking at the way that the votes are going on my Patreon when it comes to the type of characters we're going to be seeing in our playthrough, barring some all of a sudden unforeseen voting, one of the characters we're playing is the Archer, is going to be one of the other ones, and I actually worked all day on her and got her all done. So I wanted to show you the archer here as well. So we have 2 of our 4 characters are fully painted and ready to go. We also have our train ready to go. For those that missed it, I got a chance to paint up all of my forests, so they're good to go when we need them, if we need them. But here's my archer. The archer, I think it's the archer, yeah. So here's the archer. She's all done. I kind of painted her with some 3 different kinds of greens, and then even used a yellowish green in her hair. And then, spoiler, Morgan Knight, you're killing me. It's not a spoiler. I'll spoil you. That's not a spoiler. Come on. You're funny. Looks good. Thank you. Thank you very much. So yes, I did use some green. This was orc green, orc flesh is what that is. This is plague bearer green, I think is what I used in here. Oh, there's a little oopsie there. I got to fix that. Then this is just brown. Now, of course, this could have been green if I wanted to, because her backstory is really neat. The fact that she grows arrows out of her and shoots them, I think that's great. So technically, this didn't have to be brown. This could have been a green. That could have been the same color as all the rest of this if I wanted it to be. But then we have the bow, and I painted this like a yellow as opposed to, I want to keep it, I still wanted to keep her with these yellow and greens going through here. And then, of course, she's standing on a thing here, which is pretty sweet. So that's the archer. The archer is also done. He's also done. He's sweetness. I just need to paint the base on him, and then we have, I think this thing is dry now, so I should be able to paint that red part in the back here. Oh crap, I spilled my red everywhere. That's amazing. That is what you call an oopsie. And I don't have any paint for that one. And that's why you use this thing. That's why you use this thing, so that doesn't happen. So, let's move this. Thank goodness. Oh, of course I hit that. That's awesome. Let's see if I can get that off there. Well, we thought we were done. We're not quite done yet. We got some cleanup now. Oh, out of control. All right, there you go. Oh my gosh, let's get her out of there. I don't need her getting hit. He's already gotten hit by this red. I guess we are seeing the future of Oathsworn here in practice. Our characters are going to be covered in red eventually, I have a feeling. Oh my gosh, just look at that. It looks like Blood Angel red. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Gosh, I feel like I'm in surgery right now. Let me find the rest of my paper towels and mop up this. Is absolutely awesome. Wow. Oh, we got a little more painting to do now, which is pretty awesome. I do my paper towels. They're down here somewhere. I always leave them right next to me. In theory, they're next to me. There they are. Whooshta. That, yeah, exactly. That color really looks like blood. It really does. Oh my gosh, that's out of control. That is an out of control color when it is that deep red. Wow, that's something. And it's all over my hands now. That's out of control. My hands are now completely red. That's something else. Let's see if I can. Okay, the good news is the base is gonna be red. It's gonna be black anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. The rest of him, I don't think I hit with anything too badly, which is good. His shield, though, we did hit his shield, sadly. I gotta deal with that now. I gotta repaint that a little bit gray over here. Good news, we have gray. We have a lot of gray here. Or silver, I mean. So we're just gonna hit this again with silver, just through there. There we go. Maybe I should have kept it on there. It kind of looked like maybe he had been attacked, or he'd like kept up with an attack or something. I think that's good. The rest of it, nothing got hit, I don't think. Okay, we're good there. I'm gonna put that back there. Okay, now that we have our little paint stand here, which is what we should have been using in the first place. So it goes. Oh no, yes, rest in peace paint. Yep, I'll be getting a new set of paint. That's really good blood color. It really was. Well, Ben, there, can't you just say that the shield is bloodstained, makes for a cool backstory? Oh, you know what? I'm going to think about that, because I do have a blood color, other than the ones on my hands. I have a blood color. It's blood for the blood god. We've used this before. We used this when I was painting. What was I painting? Was I painting Kingdom Death? Monster. Oh no, I was painting, we were doing Bloodborne, and we used this. Now, I don't think I'm going to, because I normally don't like putting blood on miniatures. I don't think it's just not my deal. But Maybe I'll do that. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Right now, we're really just supposed to be painting that. That was supposed to be the end right there. We're supposed to hit that and be done. Now I got this paint, I'm going to paint a little bit more here, and I'm just going to touch this up over here. There we go. There. Okay. Now he's almost done. What we're going to do is we're going to use this. Not necessarily as an oopsie paint, because I just need to hit this little pit right here. And then we're going to do a little bit of null and oil on that eventually. That's the deal. Whoops, well, he fell over. Don't fall over. The other thing I'm having a problem with these push to fit guys after they're painted is the fact that, well, I'm standing in blood. I feel like I keep having to squeeze these guys together, and I feel like I might be squeezing the paint off, because normally when you're moving miniatures around, you're just like moving them around like this, but this time I kind of feel like I have to squeeze the chest to keep these models together. I mean, he's fine now, but if I'm playing with him, I feel I'd have to squeeze the chest to, and I don't know if that's going to eventually scrape off some of the paint, because I don't have any. You can go over there. I don't have anything that's going to help with that, if that makes sense. All right, let's finish this up. We're going to take some black. We're going to paint the rim of the base. Call it a day. There we go. Put a little bit more on my palette. There we go. And this will be it. We'll get this guy done. Hold him upside down. We're going to paint right over that red like it wasn't even there. Now, when it comes to painting this black around the base, I put a ton of black on here. Like, it's just an astronomical amount of paint on there. Just because then I know the black is fully coating this thing. We're good to go. I don't have to worry about it. All the way around. Here we go. We go around the outside just like this. Now, if I remember right, Gen Con I think started soon. Or does it start now? I'm not at Gen Con. Not going to Gen Con this year. I'm going next year, for sure. I already talked to people, the group I was going to go with. They're going to go next year for sure. Here we go. Wise Poet has a great idea. Wise Poet, good to see you. Brew Geek, awesome to see you. It's good to see you as well. Kingdom Death figures are just a lot of nightmare fuel. This is true. This is true. Just got here. It's looking a bit bloody. Yes, yes it is. Yes it is. Would matte varnish help with that? Yes, yes it would. And I do have some. I have some matte varnish, so I could do that if I felt that would be the way to alleviate that and to calm my nerves, I guess you could say. For sure. Yes, there is a bloodbath here. The blood angel's red took a nosedive into out of my hands onto the ground. And then if people are interested, when it's super wet, it actually does look like blood. It really does a good job. That color is what it says for sure. That's out of control. Wow. That was absolutely amazing that happened. So there you have it. I have to do one final thing and we're done. Maybe, unless I do something else stupid here and make a mess. Let's see here. I just need a little more of this null and oil, and I need to put it on. Where do I need to put it on? Where is it that I need to put it on? I saw a place. Oh yeah, the base. Where I had the red on it. That's right here. Come on. Need a little more. There we go. That's something. We're good. We're good. That's good. Now we need to refill is right. There we go. Okay. We're gonna need a refill for tomorrow's job. Yep. There you go. There we go. There we go. Oofta. Okay. So he is now done. I have considered him done. So we have the Penitent, and we have our Archer done, and we have our trees done. So I'm pretty excited for this. So my goal is to get this up and running you'll be seeing a video hopefully this weekend. That's my plan. Steve looks great, he says. Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you so much. I'm hoping to have this up on the channel, the recorded. I'm planning to do mission 1 with my lovely speaking voice. We're going to read the mission and then do the playthrough of it. I might actually skip the, I might see what people think. I might skip the, they have like this ability to do a like quick version of the story and then play the game. And that might be, I think, what I do, because that way it could probably get done in about an hour, maybe, probably more, because I usually explain a lot of everything. But did anyone else notice that the nurse did not flinch at all the blood? Nerves of steel. That's right. That's right. Yep, nerves of steel. Like I said, I was surprised at how much it looked like blood. Like I said, it felt like I was in my operating room. Well, just clean that up. Get all over my hands, not a big deal. Let's go wash them. That's the way it works. So that's what I got coming. Tomorrow, Colin and I are going to be playing Stars of Vicarios live again. I had an absolute blast. He also had such a fun time. He wants to come back and do it again. And of course, I said, let's do it. So we're going to be playing Stars of Vicarios. We are doing a space battle, I think, is the next mission. The last time we did a, what do you call it, a planet survey. And then after that, I think we're going to be doing the first mission of Oathsworn, and then we'll be doing the second mission with Colin. I'm hoping to have Colin here for the second mission as well. I think it'll be a ton of fun. We've got 2 of our people already ready to go for or 2 of our people are painted up and ready. So that'll be awesome. Man, these miniatures look super good. Super good. Oh, I gotta show them again. These, I just really like the fact that they're bigger miniatures too. I like the fact that they're bigger, which is awesome, because they really are going to have an imposing moment on the board. I think they're going to be great. So we got the archer and him all. Oh man, that looks good. These guys are going to be fun. And those, and even the, what do you call it? The terrain looks really neat. This game's going to be super fun. Well, I shouldn't say it. We shall see how it is, because I have not yet played it. I am traveling to North Carolina, New York City tomorrow. I'm hoping to keep my streak going. I hope you can. Hope you keep your streak going, Steve. I hope you can. It'd be tough, but well, I've got 2 in a row, which is, well, it's always tough. That's it, but I think that's gonna be it for tonight. I was able to get one of my miniatures done. I got a couple left to go. I hope to get those done before we have to, before the playthrough. It will all be painted. That's one of my things I like to make sure, which sometimes it takes a little bit extra time to get these playthroughs out to everybody, because I want to get them painted so that they look really cool on the board. That's super fun. But that's about all I got. I appreciate everybody for coming around, everybody for hanging out. Thank you so much. This is a fantastic experience to have everybody here and being part of the stream. And if you're interested in being able to support the channel or have any say in what we do on the channel, please, link for my Patreon is in the description. If you want to join, please feel free. Otherwise, I will definitely be seeing you for, hopefully most of you will be coming by for tomorrow. If not everybody, I'd love to see it. Everybody's saying nice stream and good to see you, and that is very true. I thank you very much, Steve and Broccoli Dachshund, Dan. Thank you all for stopping by. Wise Poet, it's awesome to see you. I haven't seen you in forever. It's great to have you here. It's nice to hear from you. Thank you, Wise Poet, for dropping by. It's good to see you. So that is all I've got. If you're interested in seeing any more painting or some great videos or even some live videos coming starting tomorrow with Colin, we're going to be doing that. Lots of thumbs up. Love it. Then, of course, I need you to meet me at the table. Thank you all so much for joining, and I'm excited to see you all tomorrow and in the future. Thank you.